Hello everyone, this is a video presentation for SQIT1013 Programming for Business Applications Group B. My name is Isaac Young with my teammates Gopitharan and Moganapiryya. We are from team number 5 and here to present our project.
Hi doctor, my name is GOPITHARAN, Analalaki BASKARAN. My metric number is 298283. Thank you doctor. Hi doctor, I'm gonna explain about the project that I group as TUNG, which is employee attendance system. The main page of the employee attendance system is insert with login button, which is especially for employee to see the employee details, and the employee management system, which is controlled by the managers only. Firstly, the login button that that login button is edit with the text, which is login, and the name of the button will be ATN login. Secondly, for the employee management system button will be the same, but the text will be employee management system and the name will be ATN EMS, which is refer to employee management system. After employee press the login button, it will appear into the second form, which is include ID and password. The ID and password will be for the employee to insert for employee details. For an example, 101, the password will be after we click the login button, the details will be in the employee details file, and then for the employee management system, the manager only can enter into this system to edit or add the employee's attendance and check the logout or login of an employee. For an example, as a manager, it will After we insert the admin ID and admin password as a manager, then we click the login. So the manager could enter into another form, which is for add and edit and employee details. The employee details of add and edit will be explained by my roommate. Thank you, doctor. This is the employee details that I have login in Form 2, and this will be the admin details, which is followed by add employee and edit employee that have only controlled by the manager.
Hello. So let's start with a simple demonstration of our employee dashboard. Firstly, let us log in. So we input our ID and our password. Once done, we will be able to see our employee ID, name and position. Now, there is a data grid view here that will be displaying our attendance. Let's go ahead and clock in. A message box will show up telling us our time and date of clocking in. And clocking out does the same thing, where there will be a message box that will display our time and date of clocking out. After that, let's go ahead and display our attendance. So now from here, we can see that we have our ID, name, and clock in time and clock out time displayed. So it's a very simple form. Let's go through the code. Firstly, we must import system.io, which allows us to write into CSV files, like the one that we use for this project. And so, firstly, we need to initialize some variables: employee ID, employee name, and employee position as strings. Now, just to recap, from form 2, from the second form, from the previous login form, we were able to receive data from the login, okay, where we receive entered ID, employee name, and employee position. Just now we were able to log in with our ID and password, and so from this form we are able to access the CSV file which contains our employee name and employee position, and from there we will transfer that data into this form, where we will have our ID, name, and position displayed onto our dashboard, just like we saw just now. And now we have our basic labels, where we initialize them to have texts displaying our ID, name, and position. After that, this is our clock in and clock out button functions. And within the clock in and clock out events, what we did was we coded into it functions uh, rather than the event itself into the event, rather than directly coding what's happening into the event code blocks here. So what we did was we defined the function record attendance, and so we have our record attendance function here, where we have where we declared clock in as a string, and then if our action just now was to clock in, then we will be able to add a new line onto the array. We will add a new array to the data grid, to the CSV file, our employee ID, name, and position, and then the date, and then the time. After that, if our action was to clock out, what we have here is that instead of doing the same thing as clock in, we have a special function here where we have last clock in, where we try to find the last clock index. So what happened is, if say you clock out and there is we're still transferring data such as ID, name, and position. If we are able to find our last index where the line starts with the same ID, name, and the position that we started with, then what we will do is that class clock index, if there is a matching record, it will become 0. And so if last clock index is not -1 and it is 0, then we will update the clock out time onto that specific array, that array with the matching record. And then else, if last clock index is -1, which means there is no matching record, then what we will do is we will add a new array where we will add the new employee ID, employee name, position, and the clock out time onto that specific array, and then file.write all lines to write into our CSV file. And then for sync lock, what this does is to make sure that I coded this in is to make sure that no other threads are able to access this block of code, this function, because this is to avoid data corruption, making sure that it is only accessed at that one specific time. Next, we will have our display data grid view button. And so what we did was we initialized a string, to read the lines from attendance from the CSV file that we uploaded our attendance into. And so after that, we had a variable named query, where we have a data length of more than 5, and what this does is it will take the array in the CSV file, turn it into it will take a row of data from the CSV file and turn it into an array, separated by a comma, line.split comma here. And so then we will define the names of the data that we're getting one by one, where we have ID data equals to 0, which is the first column, and then the second, third, fourth column, and so forth. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after we have defined the data that we are getting, we want to only get ID, name, clock in, and clock out. And so that's how you saw that when we displayed our data grid view, which displayed our attendance, we were only able to see ID, employee name, and clock in, clock out time. And then DGV attendance to dot data source is to apply this variable query as a list into the data grid view, where we display our attendance. And that is all for the employee dashboard code. Thank you very much.
Good day, doctor. I am MOGANAPIRYA PONNIRAJA. My metric number is 299360. I will be explaining about employee management system.
Is the first form of the application. So once we click on an employee management system, it will bring us to the admin login. Only admin, which is fixed by the database, only can log in for this system. So the ID is 123, and the admin ID and the admin password is declared as a string, while the text box of the admin ID is declared as a txt admin ID. The admin password, the text box for the admin password is declared as a txt password. So for this file, it is saved as admin.detail.csv. Only the current password can enter. Admin ID and password can enter. For example, I simply put the password. When I put the wrong password and then I press login, it shows invalid ID or password. Please try it again. So it's if it is a correct password, the password is CSCHUBERT1237. If the password is correct, then it will bring us to the form 6. Well, if the password is wrong, it will bring us to it will show a message box which is invalid ID or password. Please try again. So the form 6, which is employee management system menu. So it has 3 buttons. Edit employee. We can edit the employee details, which will bring us to form 7, edit employee. For the add employee button, it will bring us to, when we press the add employee button, it will bring us to the form 6, which is the add employee button, add employee form. But display attendance is when we press display attendance, it will show here. This is declared as a DGB attendance. It will show the data in the Excel CSV form, attendance CSV form. So for now, we don't have any attendance CSV. So the details are in this is the declaration. We have ID, name, clock in and clock out of the employee. Next, we will go to the next form, which is add employee. Sorry, my mistake. Add employees. So I will give the ID as a 1003, and employee name is my name, MOGANAPIRYA. And then the password is, I randomly click on password. 1, 2, 3. And then the position is, okay, for example, I have new employee, which is MOGANAPIRYA. The password, her new password. And then the position, her position is manager. So for this, employee ID, employee name, password, and position is declared as string. For the text box of employee ID, we declare as txt employee ID. For the text box of employee name, we declare as txt name. For the text box of password, we declare it as a txt password. For the position, we declare is at txt position. Once we press the add button, it will add it. It will show a message box which shows employee details successfully added. So when we open the CSV file, this is the CSV file for the employee detail. So the ID is here. This is the ID that I clicked in just now, the password, the name, and then the position of the employee. So now we're going to click the edit button to edit the detail just now. So just now the ID is 1003. So we press OK. So it shows the detail here. Okay, for example, I edit the employee name. I edit to Ali. I edit the employee name as Ali and the position as assistant manager. Assistant manager. So once I click the save button, the employee detail updates successfully. So if we open the employee detail file, so it changed already. So the name is Ali and then the assistant manager. The detail is edited. The detail is edited. So this is the whole picture of the employee management system which company can use to add edit the employee details, add the employee details, and display the attendance of the employee. So for now, we don't have detail. So I couldn't show for now. We don't have detail, so it didn't show anything at the data grid view. So this is the only thing that we will in the attendance is ID, name, locate, and lockout. That's all from me. Thank you very much.